thou speakest aright. I am that merry wanderer of the night. I jest to a baron, and make him smile, when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal, and sometimes lurk I in a gossip's bowl, in very likeness of a roasted crab, and when she drinks, against her lips I bob, and on her withered dewlap pour the ale. The wisest aunt, telling the saddest tale, sometimes for 3 foot stool mistaketh me. Then slip I from her bone, down topples she, and Taylor cries and falls into a cough. And then the whole choir hold their hips, and laugh, and waxen in their mirth, and sneeze and swear. A merrier hour was never wasted there. But room fairy, here comes O'Baron.
Our remedies often ourselves do lie, which we ascribe to heaven, the faded sky, gives us free scope, only doth backward pull our slow designs when we ourselves are dull. What power is it which mounts my love so high, that makes me see, and cannot feed mine eye? The mightiest space in fortune nature brings, to join like likes, and kiss like native things. Impossible be strange attempts to those that weigh their pains in sense, and do suppose what hath been cannot be. Whoever strove to show her merit, that did miss her love. The king's disease, my project may deceive me, but my intents are fixed and will not leave me.
As I remember, Adam, it was upon this fashion bequeathed by me by will, but poor, 1,000 crowns. And as thou sayest, charged my brother on his blessings to breed me well. And there begins my sadness. My brother Jacques, he keeps me at school, and report speaks goldenly of his profit. For my part, he keeps me at home. Or, to speak more properly, stays me here at home unkept. For call you the keeping for gentlemen of my birth that differs not from the stalling of the ox. His horses are bred better, for besides that they are fair with their feeding, they are taught their manage, and to that end riders dearly hired. But I, his brother, gain nothing under him but growth. For the which his animals on his dunghills are as much bound to him as I. Besides this, nothing that he so plentifully gives me, this something that nature gave me, his countenance, seems to take from me. He lets me feed with his hands, bars me the place of a brother, and as much as him lies, minds my gentility with my education. This is it, Adam, that grieves me. And the spirit of my father, which I think is within me, begins to mutiny against this servitude. I will no longer endure it, though yet I know no wise remedy how to avoid it.
If Signor Leonardo be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all Messina, as like him as she is.
I wonder that you will still be talking, Signor Benedict. Nobody marks you.
What, my dear Lady Disdain, are you yet living?
Is it possible Disdain should die while she hath such food to feed it as Signor Benedict? Courtesy itself must convert to disdain if you come in her presence.
Keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other shall escape a predestinate scratched face.
Scratching could not make it worse, and 'twere such a face as yours were.
Well, you're a rare parrot teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would. My horse had the speed of your tongue, and so good a continuer. But keep your way in his name. I have done.
You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
Good morrow, cousin.
Is the day so young?
It's newly struck 9.
I meet. Sad hours seem long.
What sadness lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love,
Out.
of love.
Out of her favor where I am in.
Alas, that love, so gentle in his view, should be so tyrannous and rough in proof.
Alas, that love, whose view is blinded still, should without eyes see the path to our will. Dost thou not laugh?
No, 'cause I rather weep
Good heart, at what?
at thy good heart's oppression.
Why, such is love's transgression. Love is a smoke raised from the fumes of sighs. When cleared, a fire sparkling in lovers' eyes. When vexed, a sea nourished with loving tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet, a choking gall, and a preserving sweet. Farewell, my cuds.
Wait, I will go along, and if you leave me so, you do me wrong.
Tut, I have lost myself. I am not he. This is not Romeo, he's some other where.
Tell me in sadness, whom is it that you love?
In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I aim so near, when I supposed you loved.
A right good marksman, and she's fair, I love.
A right fair mark, fair 'cause in soonest hit.
Well, in that hit you miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow. She hath Diana's wit, and proven chastity strong and well armed. From love's weak childish bow she lives uncharmed.
Then she hath sworn she will live in chaste?
She hath, and in that sparing makes huge waste. For beauty, starved by chaste severity, cuts beauty off from all posterity.
Be ruled by me, forget to think of her.
Oh, teach me how I should forget to think.
By giving liberty unto thine eyes, examine other beauties.
'Tis the way, to call hers exquisite, and question more. Farewell, thou canst not teach me how to forget.
I'll pay that doctrine or else I'll die in debt.
If we offend, it is with our good will, that you should think we come not to offend, but with good will. To show our simple skill, that is the true beginning of our end. Consider then we come but in despite. We do not come as minding to contest you. Our true intent is, all for your delight. We are not here that you should hear repent you. The actors are at hand, and by their show, you shall know all you are like to know.
Music be the fruit of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that's fitting. excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken, and so die. Not straining. It's dying of all. Oh, it came to my ear like a sweet sound that breathes over a bed of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough, no more. It is not so sweet as it was before.
Will you go hence, my lord?
Must carry out?
The heart.
Why, so I do. The noblest that I might have. When mine eyes did see Olivia first, methought she carried the air of pestilence. That moment was I turned into heart, and my desires, like fell and cruel hounds, ever since pursue me. How now? What news from her? So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The omen itself, till 7 years' heat shall not behold her face at ample view, but like a cloistress, she will veiled walk her chamber round, with eye-offending bride. And all of this to season a brother's dead love, which she keep fresh in her sad remembrance. Oh. She hath a heart that fine frame, to bid its debt of love but to a brother. Come, away with me, to sweet beds of flowers. Love thoughts lie rich, when can it be with bowers?
What country, friend, is this?
This is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you, sailor?
It is perchance you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother. And so, perchance may he be.
To comfort your witness chance, do assure yourself. After you and those who stayed with you clung to our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where, like O'Brien on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves, so long as I could see.
For saying so, there's gold. Knowest thou this country?
I know it well, for I was bred and born not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
A noble duke, in nature as in name,
What is the name?
Orsino.
Orsino. I have heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now, or was so very late. For but a month ago I went from hence, and was to refresh and remember that he did seek the love of fair Olivia,
What's she?
a virtuous maid, the daughter of a count who died some 12 months since then, leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who then soon also died, for whose dear love, they say, she hath abjured the company in sight of all men.
Oh, that I served that lady. I might not be delivered to the world till I made my own occasion known. What my estate is.
That were hard to compass, because she'll admit no kind of suit. No, not the Duke's.
I pray thee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid, for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this Duke. Thou shalt present me as a boy to him, and may be worth thy pains, for I can sing and speak to him, and many sorts of music that will allow me very worthy service. What else may have to time I will commit, only shape thou thy silence to my wit.
Be you his boy, and your mute I'll be. If my tongue blabs, then let mine eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
What the plague means my niece to take the death for brother thus? Sure cares a handmaid's wife.
On my trust, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier at night. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exceptions to your ill hours.
Let her accept, before accept.
Ah, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
I'll confine myself. No finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so are these boots.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard your cousin, my lady, talk yesterday, and of a foolish knight you brought in one night here to be your wooer.
Sir Andrew Archie?
Aye, he.
He is as tall a man as any's in Illyria.
And what's that to the purpose?
He has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll last but a year on those ducats. He's a very fool and prodigal.
Oh, fine that you say so. He plays the viol, the gamboys, and speaks 3 or 4 different languages, word for word, without book. And he has all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed, almost natural. For besides that, he's a fool. He's a great quarreler, and moreover, he shrunk nightly in your company.
With drinking health to my niece, I'll drink to her as long as there is passage in my throat, and drink in Illyria. What wench! Castilian of Volga, here comes Sir Andrew face.
Sir Toby Belch. Come now, Sir Toby Belch.
Sir Andrew.
Bless you, Fisher.
And you too, sir.
My niece's chambermaid.
Very well, gentlemen.
Oh, knight, thou lackest a cup of canary. When have I seen thee so put down?
Never in your life, I think. Unless you see canary put me down. Methinks sometimes I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man would, but I'm a great eater of beef, and I think that just haunts my wit.
No question.
Now, I thought that helpful sled. I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi?
What is pourquoi? Do or not do? I would have spent that time in the tongues that I had in fencing and dancing and barebating. I followed the arts.
Then hast thou an excellent head of hair.
Why would that have mended my hair?
Past question, for thou seest it will not curl by nature.
It becomes me well enough, does it not?
Excellent, it hangs like flax on my distaff.
Faith, I'll home tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen. And if she be, it's for to one shall none of me, the Count here himself, hard by woos her.
Oh, shall none of the Count, shall not match above her degree in estate, years, nor wit. I've heard her swear there's life in it, man.
I'll stay a month longer. I am a fellow of the strangest mind in the world. I delight in masks, in revels sometimes altogether. Faith, I can cut a caper, and I can cut a mutton to it. I can go to that Christian people anywhere.
Wherefore art these things hidden? Wherefore have these gifts of question before them? Why dost thou not go to church in the Gilliard and come home on a Coronta? My very walk should be a jig, and I would not make water but in a syncopates. What dost thou mean? Is it a world to hide virtues in? I did think by the excellent constitution of thy leg it was formed under the star of Gilliard.
Aye, 'tis strong, doesn't different dwell in flame-colored stock. Shall we set upon some revels?
What shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus?
Taurus on sides and hearts.
No, sir, it's legs and thighs. Let me see the cape. Yeah! Excellent. Woo!
if the Duke can continue these favors toward you, Cesario, you are like to be much advanced. He had known you but 3 days and you are already no stranger.
Either you fear his humor or my negligence that you call in question the countenance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favors?
No, believe me.
I thank you. Here comes the Count.
Who saw Cesario, huh?
On your attendance, my lord, here.
Send your arrival, Cesario. Then knows no less for tall. I have request for thee the book even of my secret soul. Therefore, could you get thee to the Lady Olivia? Be not denied access. Stand at her doors, and tell them there thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have access.
Sure, my noble lord. But if she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clement, and be possible about, rather than make an unprofited attempt.
Say I do speak with her, my lord. What then?
Oh, then full of passion, my love, surprise her with sweet discourse of my dear faith. It shall become thee well to act my woes. They will see the better in thy youth than the nuncio's more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Dear lad, believe it. They shall yet belie thy happy years. Thou say the one man. Yet Diana's lips not more smooth and rubious. The pipe is as a maiden's organ, shrill in sound, and all is sensitive of a woman's part. Therefore, could you get beyond to Lady Olivia? Some 4 or 5 attempts, all if you will, for I am best released in company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord, though call his fortunes thine.
I will do my best to woo your lady. In a powerful strife, whoever I woo, myself would be his wife.
Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide to bristle me into the way of my excuse. Make your excuse wisely, your friend.
Well, God give them wisdom that have it. And those that are fools, let them use their talents.
So you're resolute then?
Not so neither. But I am resolved on 2 points.
That is one break, the other will hold. And if both break, your gaskins will fall.
Act in good faith, very act. Well, go thy way. If Sir Toby would leave drinking, thou art as witty a piece of used flesh as any in Illyria.
Peace, she wrote. No more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuse wisely, Rebecca.
God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Do not hear, fellows? Take her away.
Go to. You're a dry fool. Besides, you grow dishonest.
2 faults, Madonna, that drinking good counsel will amend. For, give the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry? Bid the dishonest man mend himself. He is no longer dishonest. If he cannot, let the botchers mend him. The lady may take away the fool, therefore I say again, take her away.
Sir, I beg they take away you.
Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
Good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool, for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you of this, Malvolio? Does he not mend?
Yes, and shall, to the very pangs of death shaken. Infirmity that decays the wise doth make the better fool.
God send you, sir, a speedy infirmity, the better increasing your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for 2 pence that you are no fool.
How say you to that, Malvolio?
I marvel your ladyship takes such delight in him. Barren rascal. I saw him put down the other day with an ordinary fool, no more brain than a stone. Look you now, he's out of his gall already. You do not laugh and minister occasion to him. He's gagged. I say, I take these wise men and throw so at the fool's feet, no better than the fool's zanies.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and of free disposition is to take those things for bird bolts that you deem cannon bullets. There's no slander, and it allows for, though he do nothing but rail, nor railing in a no discreet manner, though he do nothing but reprove.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. He is a fair young man and well attended.
Go to. If it be suit from the Count, what you will to dismiss it. By mine honor, half drunk. What is he at the gate, cousin?
A gentleman.
A gentleman? What gentleman?
'Tis a gentleman here, a plague of these pickle hair. I know sauce.
Good Sir Toby! Cousin, how have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lechery? I defy lechery. There's one at the gate.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
He's but mad yet, and the fool shall lick the madman.
Madam, young fellows, he swears he will speak with you. I tell him you are sick, and he takes on him to note that you are, and therefore comes to speak with you. I tell him you are asleep, and he takes on to have foreknowledge of that as well, and he swears he will come speak with you. What am I to say, madam? He is fortified against any denial.
What kind of man is he?
Oh, why have man?
What manner of man?
Oh, a very ill man. He'll speak with you, will you or no?
Of what personage of years is he?
Not old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy, as a squash 'tis before a pea star, or a cooling before an apple, is he in standing water between boy and lad. He's very fair, and speaks quite shewishly. One would scarce believe his mother's milk was out of his mouth.
Well, let him come. Call him my gentleman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Come, give me my veil. Throw it over my face. We will once more hear and receive from the Count.
The honorable lady of the house, which is she?
Speak to me. I will answer for her.
An unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellent and well hidden, I have taken great pains to con it.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I've studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentleman, give me modest assurance that you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart, and yet by the fairy fangs of malice I swear, I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain, but this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
'Tis the more right to be feigned. I pray you keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates, and I allowed you approach rather to one direction than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not that time of noon with me to make one, in so skipping a dialogue.
Will you employ sail, sir? Here lies your way. No, good swabber. I am to hold here a little longer. Some mollification for your giant sweet lady. Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
A hideous matter to deliver if the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your text.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as fun of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are secret. To your ears, divinity. To others, profanation.
Give us this place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, speak your text.
Most sweet lady.
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Dear lady, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Such a one I wasn't present. Is it not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis in grand, sir. Will endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, was red and white, nature's own sweet and cunning hands laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive, if you will leave these graces to the grave.
I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty, every particle and utensil labeled to my will as item, 2 lips, indifferent red, item, 2 gray eyes with lids to them, item, 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Have you been sent here to praise me?
I see what you are too proud. But yet, if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you, for such love can be but recompense, though you were crowned the non-pearl of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Though I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate and fresh and stainless youth, and in wishes well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and in dimension and the shape of nature a gracious person. Yet I cannot love him. He might have had his answer long ago.
Madam, if I loved you in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why, what would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of condemned love, and sing them loud even in the dead of night. Make the crying, babbling, gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might too much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortune, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I'll none of him, let him send no more, unless perchance you were to come again, to tell me how he takes it. Ooh, fare thee well. I thank thee for the pains. Spend this for me.
I am no fig post lady, keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state is well. I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, action, and spirit does give thee 5-fold blazing. Not too fast. Soft. Soft. Unless the master were the man. How now? Even so quickly can one catch the plague? Methinks I feel this youth's perfections with invisible and subtle self creep upon mine eyes. Oh, let it be. Malvolio!
Hey, madam.
Go after that peevish messenger, the county's man. He's left his ring behind him. Now, will I or not tell him I'll live it? Desire him not to flatter his lord or hold him up with hopes I'm not for him. But if that messenger will come this way again, I'll give him the reasons for it. I name of you.
Madam, I will.
No, my stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore, I crave of you your leave. I may bear my evils alone. It were bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you.
And may I know whither you are going?
Soothe, son. My determinate voyage is mere extravagancy. Though I do perceive in you such a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep in. Therefore, you shall know of me, Antonio. I am Sebastian, that which are called Rodrigo. My father was that Sebastian of Mesling, whom I know you've heard of. And before he died, left me and
Would you stay no longer? Or would you not that I go with you?
by your patience know, my stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore, I crave of you your leave, that I may bear my evils alone. It were a bad recompense for your love to leave any of them on.
Then may I know whither you are going?
No, sooth, sir. My determinate voyage is mere extravagancy, though I perceive in you a touch of modesty, that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep in. Therefore, Antonio, you shall know of me. I am Sebastian, and my father was that Sebastian of Mesling, whom I know you have heard of. And before he left myself and a sister, whom before an hour of you rescuing me, she drowned.
Alas the day!
A lady, sir, a lady, whom much resembled me, though by nature was very fair, and the remembrance of her just keeps drowning more and more through my tears.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill that whom you have recovered, I will leave. I am bound to Duke Orsino's court.
Oh, the gentleness of all the gods go with thee. I have many enemies in Orsino's court, but so would very shortly see thee there. But come what may, I do adore thee so. The danger shall be sport, and I will go.
Come now, were you not with Countess Olivia?
Even now, Sir, on the moderate pace, I have arrived since went hither.
She asked me to return this ring to you. You might have saved me my pains to just taken it with you when you left. She also asked me to tell you to put your lord into a desperate assurance to show none of him, and never to come again in that respect, unless it is to tell her his taking of this.
She took the ring of me, all none of it.
Come, sir, you peevishly threw it to her. If it be worth stooping for, then it lies in your eye. If not, be it his that finds it.
I left no ring with her. Means this lady. Fortune forbid my outsides have not charmed her. She made good view of me, indeed, so much, that sure, methought her eyes had lost her tongue, for she did speak and starts distractedly. She loves me, sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring, why, he sent her none. I am the man, if it be so, as his. Poor lady, she were better love a dream. Disguise, I see, thou art a wickedness wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy is it for the proppy false in women's waxed hearts to set their forms? Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we. For such as we are made of, such we be. How will this fade? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him. And she, mistaken, seems to dote on me? What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now alas the day, what thriftless sighs shall poor Olivia breathe? O time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
Approach, Sir Andrew. Not to be in bed after midnight is to be up betimes. And deliculos agere, thou knowest, my troth, thee knowest not.
But I do know. To be a blade is to be a blade.
A false conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can. To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early. So that to be up after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our life consist of the four elements?
Oh, faith, so they say. I think it consists rather of eating and drinking.
Let us therefore eat and drink. And marry, I say, a stupid wine.
Ah, here comes the fool in faith.
Come, there's 6 pence for you. Let's have a song.
Would you have a love song or a song of good life?
A love song.
I cannot for the good life.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming, that can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting. Journeys end in lovers meeting. Every wise man's son doth know.
Oh, excellent good in faith.
Good.
What is love? 'Tis not hereafter. Present mirth, but present laughter. What's it called is still unsure. In beware, lies no plenty.
Oh, mellifluous voice, I'm true knight.
A contagious breath.
Oh, very sweet and contagious in faith.
What a caterwauling do you keep here? If my lady had not called up her steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of the door, never trust me.
My lady is Acadian. We are politicians. Malvolio is a Pegaramsian. 3 merry men be we. Am not I Carcar sanguineous? Am I not of her blood? Silly valley lady. There dwelt a man in Babylon, lady.
Beshrew me, the knight's an admirable fool.
Ah, he does well enough if he be so disposed. I do well as well. He does so with better grace, I do it more natural.
Oh, the 12th day.
For the love of God, peace!
My masters, are you mad? Have ye no wit, no manners, no honesty among you? Do you make an alehouse of my lady's house and squeak out your gosier catches at this time of night? Have ye no respect for person, place, nor time? We did keep time in our catches. Snick out. Sir Toby, I must be round with you. Though my lady harbors you as a kinsman, she is nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself from your misdemeanors,
you are welcome here. If not, and this will be very much to you, she is willing to bid you farewell.
Farewell, dear heart, since I must needs be gone.
Nay, good Sir Toby,
His eyes do show his days are nearly done.
But I will never die.
Sir Toby, there you lie.
Shall I bid him go?
What and if you do?
Shall I bid him go? Spare not.
Oh, no, you dare not.
Out of tune, sir! You lie. Art any more than a steward? Dost thou think that because thou art virtuous, there shall be no more cakes and ale?
I and Ginger shall be hot enough too.
Thou art in the right. Go, sir, rub your chain in crumbs. Mary, a stip of wine.
Mistress Mary, if you think anything of my lady's word, anything more than contempt, you will not give means to this uncivil rule. She will know of it by this hand.
Oh, Shakespeare, dear.
'Twere good indeed, Daddy, to drink when a man's hungry, challenge him in the field, and then break promise to make a fool of him.
Do it tonight. All right, thee, challenger. I'll deliver thy indignation by word of mouth.
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of the Count was today with thy lady, she is much out of quiet. For Monsieur Romeo, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a nayword and make him a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possesses, tell us something of him.
Marry, sir, sometimes he's a kind of Puritan.
Boy, if I saw that, I'd beat him like a dog.
What for being a Puritan, thy exquisite reason gives.
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I have reason good enough.
Devil of Puritan that he is, or anything constantly but a time pleaser, an affection apt, that can't stay without book and utters it by great sport. The best persuaded of himself, that utters greatly by great sport, that all that look on him love him, and in that vice of him, my revenge will find notable cause to work.
What wilt thou do?
I will draw in his way some obscure pieces of love, wherein, by the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eyes, forehead, and complexion, he will find himself most feelingly personated. I can write very much like my lady your niece. On a forgotten manner, we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Excellent, I smell a device.
I have it in my nose, too.
He shall think by the letters that thou wilt drop, that they come from my niece, and that she's in love with him.
My purpose is, indeed, a horse of that color.
'Twould be admirable.
But, well, I warrant you. I know my conceit will work with him. I will plant you two, and let the fool make the third, where he shall find the letter. Mark his, observe his construction of it. For this night, to bed, to dream on the event. Farewell.
Before me, she's a good wench.
She's a people, a true bred, and one that adores me. What of that?
I was adored once, too.
Let's to bed night. Thou hast need send for more money.
If I cannot recover the news, I'm foul way out.
Come, night. It's too late for bed. I'll go burn some sack. Come, night. Come on.
Good Cesario, the piece of that song, that old and antique song we had last night. We thought it would relieve our passion much, more than the light hairs and the recollected terms, these more brisk and giddy this time. Come, one bird.
He is not here, so please your lordship that should sing it.
Well, who was it?
Festive, the jester, my lord. A fool that the lady of his heart is much delighted. He is about the house.
Seek him out, and play the tune a while. Come, boy. Feather thou some love. The sweet pangs of it, remember me. Such as I am, all true lovers are, unstaid and skittish in all motions elves, save in the constant image of the one that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
It gives a very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Let us speak masterly. My life upon it, young thou art, then I had set upon some favor that I liked. Have they not, boy?
A little, by your favor.
What kind of woman is it?
Of your complexion.
Oh, she's not wealthy then. 20 years in faith.
About your years, my lord.
Too old, by heaven.
I think it's well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thy years. The affection cannot hold the bent. For women are as roses, whose fair flower, when once displayed, doth fall upon that very hour.
And so they are. Alas, that they are so. To die, even when they to perfection grow.
Oh, fellow, come. Saw we have last night.
Come away, death. And in sad cypress let me be laid. Fly away, breath. I am slain by a fair cruel maid. My shroud of white that go with you, oh, prepare it. My part in death no one so true did share it. Not a flower sweet, on my black coffin will there be thrown. Not a friend grieve. My poor corpse, where my bones shall be thrown. A thousand sighs to say, lay me aware. Sad true lover, never find my grave to weep there.
As for thy pains,
No pain, sir. I take pleasure in singing, sir.
well, I'll pay thy pleasure.
Truly, sir, and pleasure will be paid one time or another.
Give me now leave to leave thee. Give all the rest of the place. Sorry, come. Give thee yon to same sovereign cruelty. Tell her my love, more noble than the world, prizes her quantity of dirty lands, the parts that fortune hath bestowed upon her. Tell her I hold as giddily as fortune, but 'tis a miracle, like a queen of gems, that nature pranks her and attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir,
I cannot be so much.
soothe, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love a great pang of heart. You cannot love her. You tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
No woman's sides can abide the beating of so strong a heart as Olivia doth give me. No woman's heart so big, to hold so much. They lack retention. Alas, their love may be called appetite. Make no compare between the love a woman can give me and that I owe Illyria.
Aye, but I know
Oh, what dost thou know?
too well what love women to men may owe. In faith, they are as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter loved a man, as it might be, perhaps, were I a woman, I should for lordship.
And what's her story?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like a worm in the bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pined and thought, and with a yellow and green melancholy, she sat, like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed our shows are more than love, for we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But thy thou shalt serve her, my boy.
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too, and yet I know not. Sir, shall I to this lady?
Aye, that's the theme. Tell her my love can give no place. By no delay.
Come thy way, Signor Fabian.
Nay,
Wouldst thou not be glad to have that rascally sheep-butter come by some notable shame?
I would insult him, and you know he caught me out of favor with my lady here about a mare beauty.
To anger him, we'll have the bear again, and fool him black and blue. Here comes the little villain.
Get ye all three into the black street. Malvolio is coming down the walk. He's been yonder in the sun practicing behavior to his own shadow this half hour. Observe him, for the love of Marquis. I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Lie down there, for here comes the child that must be caught with tickling.
'Tis fortune, all is fortune. Maria herself did tell me that she fancied me, and I did hear herself say once that should she fancy anyone, it would be one of my complexion. She does use me with more respect than any other servant. What shall I think on it?
Now here's an overweening rogue.
Pistol him. Pistol him.
To be Count Malvolio!
A rogue.
Peace.
Having been 3 months married to her, laying in my estate, calling officers about me, in a branched velvet gown, coming where I had just come from a daybed, where I'd left Olivia sleeping.
Fie on him, Jezebel.
Silence, Lord. Silence, of course.
Taking humors of state, I'd say, I know my place as they should to theirs. My good cousin, Sir Toby.
Nonsense.
7 of my best men set out for him. I frown all the while. Perchance I wind up watch or play some fancy jewel.
Fie on him.
Sir Toby approaches, curtsies to me there.
Show us well then.
And I say, good cousin Toby, though fortunes have thrust me upon your niece, allow me this regard of speech. You must amend your drunkenness.
Out, scout!
Besides, you waste all this time with a foolish knight.
Let this be, I warn you!
One Sir Andrew.
I knew it was enough. Many do call me a fool.
What employment have we here?
Now is the black up there, the chief.
By my lord, this be my lady's hands, this be her B's, her T's, and her C's, and thus makes her a great P's.
C's and U's and T's, why that?
To the unknown beloved, this and my good wish, this be her very phrases. This is without question her hand. Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not know, do not move. No man must know. No man must know. Could it be thee, Malvolio? What comes next? The letters, the numbers of Otto. Ah, I may command where I adore, but silence like a Lucrece knife, with bloodless stroke my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life. M-O-A-I. Oh, what should I think on it? Think. Malvolio, I am that begins my name! Then there's an air in the sequence. A should follow, but O does not. This has the point.
I will cudgel him and make him go. Oh!
M-O-A-I. If I may make this work, it will bend to me. If this fall into thy hand revolve, in my stars I am above thee. But be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Oh, thy fates open their hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like to be. Cast thy humble slough, and appear fresh. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with a servant. Let thy tongue tame the arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and wish to see thee ever cross-guarded. I say, remember, go to, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow servant, and not worthy to touch fortune's fingers. Farewell, she that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight and champagne! This is... Oh! Daylight and champagne do not open more! This is open! I will be proud! I will read political office! I will battle Sir Toby! I do not now let imagination jade me, for my lady loves me. She did commend my legs in yellow stockings, and asked to see me ever cross-guarded. And in this semblance is my love. Oh, Jove be thanked, he is the doer of this, not I. Oh, there's yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose but know who I am. If thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smile suit thee well. Therefore, in my presence, smile still. Clear my sweet, I prithee. Oh, yes!
I couldn't marry this wench for this device.
So can I too?
And that's no other jest than such another jest.
Nine!
Here comes our noble gold catcher now. If you will see the fruits of his sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will look at her in yellow stockings to the color she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests, and he will smile upon her, which will not be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to a melancholy as she is, that it will not be turning into a notable contempt. If you shall see it, follow me.
We will now take a 5-minute intermission. 5, 2, 1. Safe be, friend, and thy music too. Dost thou live by thy tabor?
No, sir, I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
No such matter, sir. I do live by the church, for I do live at my house, and my house doth stand by the church.
So thou mayest say, a beggar dwells near a king if a king lie near the beggar. Or, the church stand by thy tabor if thy tabor stands by thy church.
You have said, sir, to see such age. A sentence is but a shovel glove to good wit. How quickly the wrong side may be turned outward.
I warrant thou art a merry fellow and carest for nothing.
No, sir, I do care for something. But in my conscience, sir, I do not care for you. And if that be to care for nothing, why then, I wouldn't make you invisible.
Art not thou the Lady Olivia's fool?
No, indeed, sir. The Lady Olivia has no folly, and will keep no fool till she be married. And fools are as like husbands as pilchards are to hares. The husband's the bigger. No, I am indeed not her fool, but her corrupter of words.
I saw thee late at Count Orsino's.
Foolery, sir, does walk about the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, but I should be as oft with your master as with my mistress. I think I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, and thou pass upon me. I'll no more with thee. Hold, there are expenses for thee. This fellow is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well craves a kind of wit. We must observe their mood on whom we jest, the quality of persons, and the time, and like a haggard check at every feather that comes before his eye. This is a practice as full of labor as a wise man's art. For folly that he wisely shows his fit, but wise men for folly fall and quite taint their wit.
Save you, gentlemen.
And you, sir.
Do vous garde, monsieur.
Et vous aussi, votre serviteur.
I hope you are, sir. I am yours as well.
Will you encounter the house? My niece is desirous you should enter, if your trade be to her.
I will enter you with gate and entrance, but we are prevented. Most excellent accomplished lady, heaven's rain odors on you.
You, sir, Courtier. Rain odors well.
My matter hath no voice for your own most pregnant and vouchsafed ear.
Let the garden door be shut. Leave me to my hearing. Give me your hand, sir.
My duty, madam, and most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. 'Twas never a merry world since lowly feigning was deemed compliment. Your servant to the Count Orsino.
And he is yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
I pray you, I beg you never to speak his name again. But would you undertake another suit? I'd rather hear you solicit to that than music from the spheres.
Dear lady,
Give me leave, I beseech you. After the last enchantment that you did here, I did send a ring in chase of you, and so did I abuse myself, my servant, and I fear me you. Under your hard construction, I must say, to force that on you a shameful cunning of which you knew none of yours. What might you think?
I pity you.
That's a degree to love. The clock upbraids me with wasted time. Be not afraid, youth. I will not have you. But when your youth and wit is to come to harvest, your war is alike to reap a proper man. There lies your way. Do us.
You'll nothing, madam, to my lord by me?
Stay, I pray thee. Tell me what thou thinkest of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
And think you right, I am not what I am.
I wish you were, as I would have you be.
Would that be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might, for now I am your fool.
A deal of scorn makes beautiful. On the anger and contempt of his lip, a murderous guilt shows itself, not more soon than a love that is hid. Love's night is noon. Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidhood, honor, truth, and everything, I love thee so, that maugre all thy pride, nor wit, nor reason can my passion hide. Extort not my reason from thy cause, for that I woo, though therefore has no cause. But reason thus, with reason fetter, love sought is good, but given unsought, better, better.
By innocence, I swear it, by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth, and that no woman has, nor never none shall mistress be of it, save I alone. And so, adieu, good madam, nevermore will I my master's tears to you deplore.
Yet, come again, for thou mayst move this heart which now adores to like his love.
Nay, on stage shall longer.
Thy reason, dear, give thy reason.
You must conceal your reason, Sir Andrew.
Mary, I saw your niece performing more favors to the Count's serving man than she ever bestowed upon me.
This was a great argument in her love and her towards you.
Slighted you make an ass of me.
She did show favor to the youth of your side only to exasperate you, to awaken your dormouse valor, to put fire in your heart and brimstone in your liver. It is then you should have accosted her, and with some excellent jests, firing you from within, you should have bent the youth into devils.
Challenge me, the court's youth, to fight with him, hurt him in 11 places, and assure thyself there is no love broker in the world can better come in a man's heart than with a woman with a port of valor.
There is no way but this, Sir Andrew.
Would either of thee bear me a challenge to him?
We'll call the executive Go. Look for the youngest friend of 9 times.
You desire this plea, and will allow for yourself in the stitches. Follow me. I know Malvolio is turned heathen. A very renegado. He's in yellow stockings.
And cross-guarded.
Most villainously. He does obey every point of the letter I dropped to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines than the new map with the augmentation of the Indies. You haven't seen such a thing as this. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him, and if she do, he'll smile and take it for a great favor.
Come, bring us where he is.
I would not want to have troubled you, but since you make pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you.
I could not stay behind you. You're being skilless in these parts, which, to a stranger, unguided and uncredited, often rough and unhospitable. My lily love, gratified these arguments of fear, set forth in your pursuit.
Oh, my dear Antonio, I can no other answer make but thanks. But as my will and my conscience be firm, you should find better dealings. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir. Let's first go see your lodging.
Oh, but I'm not weary. It is long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with things of fame and memorials that do renown this town.
I wish you would pardon me, for I do not without danger walk these streets. Once, in a sea fight against the count, his gown in some service of such a note grief, that were to retain you, it would scarcely answer.
Oh, like you slew a great number of his people.
The offense was not of such a bloody nature, albeit the quality of the time before might well have given us bloody argument. It might have been answered in repaying what we took from them, which, for traffic's sake, most of our city did.
first.
Well, happily your eye shall light upon some toy you have decided to purchase. And your sword, I think, sir, is not for idle markets.
I will be your purse bearer then, and meet you in an hour.
To the elephant.
I do remember.
I have sent for him. He says he'll come. Oh, how shall I face him? What bestow of him? Youth is bought more often, begged or borrowed. Oh, I speak too loud. Where's Malvolio? He's sad and civil and serves well for a servant of my fortunes. Where is Malvolio?
He is coming, madam, but in a very strange manner. He is sure possessed, madam.
Why, what's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam, he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship would best have some guard about you if he should come.
Go call him hither. For I am as mad as he of sadness and merry madness equally. Oh, what ho, Malvolio!
Sweet lady, hello!
Smilest thou? I sent for thee upon sad occasion.
Sad? I can be sad. This does cause some obstruction in the blood, this cross-gartering. But what of that? It is with I, the very true son it is. Please one and please all.
How dost thou, man? What is the matter with me?
Not black in my mind, though, yellow in my legs. It did fall into his hand, and command shall be executed. I think we both know this fair Roman man.
Wilt thou go to bed?
Aye, to bed, sweetheart. I'll go with thee.
No, God, comfort thee! Why dost thou smile so and kiss my hand so oft?
Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well writ.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great, some achieve greatness,
What sayest thou?
and some have greatness thrust upon them.
Heaven restore thee!
Remember who commended thy yellow stockings,
Yellow stockings?
and wished to see thee ever cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered?
Come too if thou desires to be so.
Am I maid?
If not, let me see thee a servant still.
This is a very midsummer's madness.
Madam, the gentleman of the Count Orsino has returned. I can hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him. And good Maria, let this fellow be looked to. Where's my cousin Toby? Let some of mine who have special care of him. I will not have him miscarried for half of my dowry.
Who comes before me now? No better man than Sir Toby to look to me. Oh, she does this on purpose. It's exactly as the letter commands. She sends him so I may appear stubborn to him. Oh, did you hear when she went away? Fellow, not Malvolio, nor after my degree, but fellow. Oh, Jove is the doer of this, not I, and he's to be thanked. Nothing that can come between us now will ever.
Which way is he in the name of sanctity?
Here he is. Here he is. How's it with you, sir? How's it with you, man?
Go off. I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off.
Lo, how hollow the fiend that speaks within him. Did not I tell you, Sir Toby? My lady prays you have a care of him.
Does she so?
Marry, sir, and it shall be done tomorrow morning if I live. My lady will not lose him for more than I'll say.
How now, mistress?
Get him to say his prayers, good Sir Toby. Give him the
My prayers mince!
No, I warned you. He will not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all! You all idle shadow things! You shall no more hereafter, and none of your element!
Is it possible?
If this were to be played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as improbable fiction. Or we shall make it bad indeed!
The house will be the quieter.
Come, we'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is already in the belief that he's mad. We may carry it thus for our pleasure and his penance till our very pastime, tired and out of breath, prompt us to have mercy at him. At which time we will bring the device to the bar and crown thee for a finder of madmen. But see.
More matter for a May morning.
I will deliver its challenge upon by word of mouth, set upon all cheeks, and nor will report about it. This will so frighten the gentleman that he will kill him by the look like a cockatrice.
Here he comes with your niece. Give him way till he takes leave, and presently after him.
I will do so. I will meditate the while upon some horrid message for a challenge.
Wed this jewel for me. It is my picture. Refuse it not, and have no tongue to vex me. What could you ask of me that I'll deny that honor saves me and ask you give?
Nothing but this. Your true love for my master.
How with my honor can I give him that which I've given to you?
I will acquit you.
Well, come again. Fare thee well. A fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell.
Gentlemen, God save thee.
You, sir.
That defense thou hast, betake thee to it. Of what nature the wrongs are thou hast done, I know not. But thy interceptor, full of despite, bloody as the hunter, attends thee at the orchard end. Dismount thy talk, be air in thy preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake, sir. I am sure no man has any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear from any image of offense done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake you to your guard, for your opposite hath in him what youth, strength, skill, and wrath can furnish man withal.
I pray you, what is he?
He is nice, dubbed with unhatched rapier and uncarpet consideration. But he is a devil in private brawls. Souls and bodies he divorced 3, and his incensement at this moment is so implacable that satisfaction can be none but by pangs of death and sepulchre. Hobnob is his word, give it or take it.
This is as uncivil as strange. I beseech you, do me this courteous office as to know of the night what my offense to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Stay by his side until my return.
Do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is incensed against you to report of moral arbitrament, but nothing of the circumstances behind.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
He is indeed, sir, the most skillful, the most bloody, the most fatal opponent you could have found in any part of Illyria.
Would you have me walk towards him? I would make your peace with him if I could.
Oh, he much bound to the fort. I'm one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I care not to know so much of my battle.
My man, he's the very devil. I've not seen such a fear ago. They say he's been a fencer to the Sophie.
Pox on him. I'll not meddle with him.
Aye, but he cannot now be pacified. Signor Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Oh, plague on it. I had thought he'd been so valiant and cunning in fence, I'd have seen him down here and challenged him. Oh, let the matter slip. I'll give him my horse. Great captains.
I'll make the motion. Stand here until my return. Make a good show on it. This shall end without the perdition of souls. Mary, I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you. I have his horse to take up the quarrel. I've convinced him the youth's the devil.
Handsome as pale as though a bear were at his heel.
There is no remedy, sir. He will, for his oath's sake, fight with you, but therefore draw. For the supportance of his vow, he protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of a man.
Give ground if you see him for your oaths.
Come, Sir Andrew. He is a gentleman, and he protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God he keep his oath.
I assure you, 'tis against my will.
If this young man have done offense, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, for him I defy you.
You, sir, what are you?
What, sir?
There yet to be more than you've heard. Back to you, Will. Good Sir Toby, hold her from the officer.
This is the man. Do thy office.
Antonio, I arrest thee as a suit of Count Orsino.
You do mistake me.
No, sir, no judge. I know your face well, though now you have no sea cap on your head.
I must obey. This comes to seeking you. But there's no answer. I shall answer them. But what will you do? Now necessity makes you to ask you for my purse. It grieves me much more what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed. Be of comfort.
Come, sir, away.
I must entreat you some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you have showed me here, and perhaps being prompted by your present trouble. Out of my late and low ability, I'll lend you something. My having is not much, but on my point of vision with you, hold. Here's half my coffer.
Will you deny it now? Do not tempt my misery, lest it make me so unbound man to favor me with kindness that I've done for you.
I know of none, nor know I you by voice or any feature. I hate ingratitude in a man more than vainness, lying, babbling, drunkenness, or any taint of vice whose strong corruption inhabits our frail blood.
What is that to us? Come, sir, take him away.
Let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched one half out of the jaws of death, and to his image, which we thought to close the ocean, I did more of that.
The man grows mad. Take him away. Come, sir, come.
Oh, with a vile penalty, God. Thou hast the best of good figure shame. In nature, there's no blemishes of mine. None can be called so far to be your kind.
Come, sir, away.
Lead me on.
Methinks his words do from such passion fly, that he believes himself, so do not I. Oh, prove true, imagination, prove true, that I, dear brother, be now taken for you. He, named Sebastian, I my brother know, yet living in my glass. Even such and so, in favor with my brother. And so he went still, in this favor, color, ornament, for him I imitate. Oh, if it prove, tempests are kind and salt waves fresh in love.
A very dishonest and watching boy, and more a coward than a hare. His dishonesty appears when leaving his friend in hearing necessity and denying him. As for his cowardship, ask Fabian.
A coward, a most devout coward, religious in it.
Slick! I'll have to be good indeed!
Do. Cuff him soundly, but never draw thy sword.
I do not.
Go to. Thou art a foolish fellow. Let me be clear of thee.
Will held out in faith. No, I do not know you, nor am I sent to you by my lady to bid you come speak with her. Nor your name is not Master Cesario neither. Nor this is not my nose neither. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowest not me.
Vent my folly. He has heard that word from some great man and now applies it to a fool. Vent my folly, I prithee now. Ungird thy strangeness and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I prithee, foolish Greek, depart from her. But there is money for thee. If thou tarry any longer, thou shalt be worshipped.
By my troth, thou hast an open hand. These wise men that give fools money get themselves a good report after 14 years' purchase.
Why, I see me again. That's you! Why? That's for thee!
further, draw thy sword!
Hold! On my life I charge thee, hold!
Madam!
Ever been thus out of my sight? Be not offended, dear Cesario. With me be gone! Be not offended. I pray thee, gentle friend, that thy kind wisdom, not thy faith, sway in this unjust and uncivil act against thy peace. Go with me to my house, that thou there may by hear the fruitless pranks this ruffian hath brought show, and that thou may smile at this. Oh, do not deny, beshrew his soul for me, for he has started this poor heart of mine in vain.
What relish is this? How runs the stream? Or am I mad? Could this be a dream? If fancy still lay asleep, not sleep, and thus be the dream, still let me sleep.
Oh, would thou be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
Oh, say so, answer me.
Nay, I prithee, put on this gown and this beard, and make him believe thou art Sir Toby the cure. Do it quickly. I'll call Sir Toby the wine.
Well, I'll put it on, and I'll disassemble myself in it. I were the first that ever disassembled in such a gown. I'm not tall enough to become the function well, nor am I lean enough to be thought a good student. But to be said a careful man and a good housekeeper goes as fairly as to say, a honest man and a great scholar, the competitors enter.
Jove bless thee, Master Parson.
What do I say? Peace in this prison.
The name counterfeits well a good name. Who calls within?
Sir Toby the curate, who comes to visit Malvolio, the lunatic.
Oh, Sir Topus, good Sir Topus, go to my lady.
How vexest thou this man? Talkest thou nothing but of ladies?
Well said, Master Parson.
Sir Topus, I'm not mad, please. Go speak to my lady. I tell you, never was a man thus abused. Please, Sir Topus.
Fine and modest Satan! I call thee by the most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones who will use the devil himself with courtesy. Sayest thou that house is dark?
I, Sir Topus, as dark as hell.
White as bay windows, transparent as barricadoes, and the clearstones towards the south-north are as lustrous as ebony, and yet thou complainest of obstruction.
Sir Topus, I tell you, this house is dark.
Out, hyperbolical fiend! Remain thee still in darkness. There is no darkness but ignorance.
To him in thine own voice.
Sir Topus, I tell you, this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance be as dark as hell. I tell you, I am no more mad than you. Make a trial of it out of any constant question.
What was the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wild fowl?
He thought the souls of our granddam might happily inhabit earth.
And what thinkest thou of his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul and in no way agree with his opinion.
Fare thee well. Remain thee still in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras, ere I will allow of thy wits and fear to kill a woodcock, lest thou dispossess the soul of thy grandam. Fare thee well.
Thou mightst have died without thy
I'm in so far offense with my niece that I cannot with any safety continue this sport to the upshot. Come by and by to my chambers.
Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how thy lady does.
Who I say?
My lady is unkindly, but alas, why is she so? She loves another who calls hot.
Oh, good fool, beside Malvolio. Please, a pen, a pad, and ink, and a light, and send whatever I set down to my lady, please.
Master Malvolio?
Aye, good fool, aye.
Alas, sir, how fell you beside your 5 wits?
Oh, good fool, they make an ass of me. They drive me out of my wits, and then they send a priest to come see me.
Alas, sir, be patient. What say you, sir? I am shed for speaking to you.
I'm not mad. Please, bring me a pen, a pad, and some paper, and some ink, and a light, and whatever I set down. Bring it to my lady, please.
I'll help you to it. But tell me true, are you not mad indeed? Or do you put counterfeit?
Oh, fool, I'm not mad. I tell thee true.
Well, I'll never believe a madman till I see his brains. I'll fetch you light and paper and ink.
Fool, I pray thee be gone.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me. I do feel it and see it. Though 'tis wonder that rides me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where's Antonio then? I did not find him at the elephant, yet there he was. And there I found this credit, that he did run to town to seek me out. And though my soul disputes well with my sense, that this may be some error, but no madness, yet it doth for this accident and flood of fortune so far exceed all instance, all discourse. I'm ready to distrust mine eyes, mingle with my reason. That does persuade me to no other trust but that I am mad, or else the lady mad. Though, if it were so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs and their dispatch with such smooth, discreet, and able power as I perceive she does. There's something in it that is deceivable. Oh, but there she comes.
Blame not this haste of mine. If you mean well, go with me and as Holy Father to the shattering body, and there, before him, underneath the consecrated roof, plight me the full assurance of your faith that my most jealous and true doubtful soul may live in peace. What do you say?
I will follow thee, and go with this good man, and make the vows that will ever truly be.
Oh, and heaven so shine that the way, Father, may verily love this act of mine.
know thee well. What else thou, my good fellow?
Why, the better for my foes, and the worse for my friends.
Just the contrary, the better for thy friends.
No, sir, the worse.
How can that be?
Marry, sir, they praise me and make an ass of me. So, my foes do tell me plainly that I am an ass, so that by my foes I do profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends I am abused, so that conclusions to be as kisses. If your four negatives do make your two affirmatives, why then, the worse for my friends and the better for my foes.
Well, thou shalt not be the worse for me. There's go. If you tell your lady that I'm here to speak with her, and bring her along with you, it may wake my bounty further.
Will abide your bounty till I come again. I go, sir, but I will not have you to think that my desire for having is the sin of covetousness. Well, but as you say, sir, let your bounty take a nap. I will awaken anon.
Here comes the man sir that did rescue.
Thanks, I do know well. Yet when I saw it last, it was smeared as black as Vulcan in the smoke of war. What's the matter? This Orsino, is that Antonio, who took the phoenix in her frock from Candy. And this is he that did the tiger board when your young nephew Titus lost his leg. Here in the streets, desperate in shame and state, do we apprehend him in private rabble.
He did me kindness, sir. Drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas but distraction.
Thou noble pirate, thou salt-hearted thief, what foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies, whom in terms so bloody he has made thine enemies.
Orsino, noble sir, be pleased with the shake-off you did give me. Antonio never yet was thief or pirate, though, I confess, facing grounds enough, Orsino's enemy. That most ungrateful boy there by your side, for the brutes he is ready to me on, I did redeem, and in his sake, for his dedication, did I expose myself, here for his love, into the danger of his Athens town, to defend him when he was beset, where, being apprehended, he did not deny our first, which I had recommended to his use not half an hour before.
How can this be?
When came he to this path?
Today, my lord, and for 3 months before, no intern nor minute's vacancy, both day and night keep his company.
Countess Olivia enters. Heaven walks on earth. But for me, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months this youth hath been upon me. But more better not. Take him aside.
What would my lord that he may not have wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep your promise with me.
Madam?
Gracious.
What do you say, Cesario? Good, my lord.
My lord would speak. My duty hushes me.
If it be odd to old tune, it be as fat and fulsome to mine ear as howling after music.
Still so cruel?
Still so constant, lord.
What? To perverse this? An uncivil lady, to his ingrate and unauspicious altars. My soul, the faithless offerings have poured out, that ever devotion tender. What shall I do?
Even what please my lord, that will become him.
Why should I not? Had I the heart to do it? Like to the Egyptian thief at point of death. Kill what I love. It is a savage jealousy. Something savors nobly. But hear me this. Since you, to non-regardless, cast my fate, and that I partly know, the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favor, leave you the mark of rescue tyrant still. But this, your maiden, whom I know you love, and whom by heaven I swear I tender dearly, whom will I tear out of that cruel eye where its crowning in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me. My thoughts are right in mischief. I will sacrifice the lamb that I love to fight a great time for the done.
And I, most jocund, act unwillingly, to do you rest 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love, more than I love these eyes, more than my life, more my all, more than ever I shall love wife.
I me detested, how I have beguiled.
Who does beguile you? Who does do you wrong?
Hast thou forgot thyself
father. Couldn't you? Strengthened by the interchangement of your lips. Strengthened by the interchangement of your rings. And all this ceremony held under my testimony, my function. For since my watch have told me, I have traveled but 2 hours towards my grave.
Oh, thou dissembling cow! What wilt thou do when time is sort of grizzle on thy case? Or wilt thou thy craft so quickly grow that thine own ships be thine own grow? Farewell, and take her. But direct thy feet where thou and I may never be.
My lord, I do protest.
Ah, do not swear, thou hast too much fear.
Oh! Oh! Send the surgeon to Sir Toby presently.
What's the matter?
He has broken my head in gross. He's giving Sir Toby what he costs from too, for the love of God, your help. I'd rather 40 pound I were at home.
Who has done this?
The Count's gentleman. One Cesario. We took him for a coward, and it's a very definite compliment. My gentleman, Cesario? Certainly there is! You broke my head for nothing! Not that I did it, I was set upon to do it by Sir Toby.
Why do you speak to me? You draw your sword upon me without cause, but I just spoke you fair and turned you not.
It's a bloody coxcomb here, you've heard me. You said nothing by bloody coxcomb. How now, gentlemen? How is it with you?
That's the one that's hurt me! And that's the end on it!
Oh, he's drunk. Sir Toby, an hour ago, his eyes were set at 8 in the morning.
Get him to bed. Get him to bed. Let his heart be moved.
Madam, I am sorry. I have hurt your kinsman, but had it been the brother of my blood, I would have done no less with weight and safety. But you threw a strange regard upon me. And by that, I perceive I have offended you. Therefore, pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other, but so late ago.
What's this? One face, one voice, one habit to 2 persons. This is a natural perspective. That is, it is not.
Oh, Antonio! My dear friend Antonio, how have the hours racked and tortured me since I have lost thee?
Sebastian, are you?
Fearest that thou, Antonio?
How have you made a vision of yourself? An hour twain in these 2 creatures. Which is Sebastian?
Most wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother, nor is there that deity in my nature, up here and everywhere. I had a sister, whom the blind waves and scourges have devoured. There's what charity of charity? What parentage are you? What kin? What name? What countryman?
Of Mescaline. My father's name was Sebastian. Such a Sebastian was my brother too, and so went he suited to his watery tomb. Experiencing a suitable performance, you come and fright us.
Frightened you indeed, though I am in that dimension grossly clad from which the room I did participate in. And if you are a woman, as the rest goes even, I must lay my tears upon you and say, thrice welcome, Viola.
If nothing lets to make us happy both, but this, my masculine usurped attire, do not embrace me until each circumstance of time, place, fortune, do cohere and jump that I am Viola. Which to confirm, I'll bring you to a captain in this town where life and maiden weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the ignorance of my fortune since have been between this lady and this lord.
There be it, madam. You have not been deceived, but mistook. You have been contracted to a maid and a man.
Be not amazed. I know this is blood. If this is so, yet the last seems true, I shall share in this happy right. Boy, that was said to me 1,000 times, but never shouldst love a woman like to me.
And all those sayings will I overswear, and those swears keep us true in soul as doth that orbed continent, the fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand. Let me see thee in thy woman's weeds.
The captain that did bring me first on shore hath my maid's garments, that he upon some action is now endurance at Malvolio, a gentleman and follower of my lady's.
And he shall enlarge him. Oh, For gentlemen, 'tis much distract. 'Tis an extracting frenzy of mine own that is here the remembrance of mine. How is he, Sir?
He holds visa love at stave's end as well as a man in his case may do. Has written a letter for you. I should have given it to you today morning, but as a madman's epistles are no gospel, so it skills not much when they're delivered.
Open it and read it.
By the Lord, man, you wrong me, and the world shall know. Though you have put me into darkness and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet I have the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter which induced me to the semblance I put on, with the which I doubt not to do myself much good, or you much wrong. Think of me as you please. I speak out of my injury, a little in thought. The madly used Malvolio.
Did she like this?
Aye, madam.
See him delivered. Bring him hither to me. Alas, this matter further thought on. Think of me a sister as a wife, and one day we will crown me a lifetime at my house and at my proper cost.
Madam, I must ask to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done him, so much against the metal of your sex, so far beneath our soft and tender breeding, and since you called him master for so long, here is my hand, and from this time forward thou shalt be known as thy master's mistress.
A sister, you are she.
Is this madman?
I, my lord.
Madam, you've done me wrong! Notorious wrong!
Am I, Malvolio? No!
Aye, madam, you have! Pray you now to loose that metal! You cannot have the knife in your hand! And tell me why you tell me to put on yellow stockings and appear strange. Come to you cross garden and look down on Sir Toby and the light people, and acting this in an obedient home. Why have you imprisoned me? Kept me in a dark house and made the most notorious get you gone to air and venture preyed upon? Lady, tell me why!
Alas, Malvolio, I confess, it may look like my writing, but out of question, it must have been Maria's hand. This practice hath been shrewdly cast upon me. Once the grounds and authors of it are known, thou shalt be plaintiff and judge of thine own cause.
Good lady, hear me speak, and let no quarrel nor brawl come. Take the condition of this present hour, which I have wondered at. Most freely I confess, myself and Toby set this device against Malvolio upon some stubborn and poorly conceived parts against him. Maria hath written the letter at Sir Toby's recompense, whereupon he hath married her.
Alas, poor fool, how they have baffled thee.
Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. I was one in this interlude, Sir Toby, sir. But it's not much. By the Lord's will, I'm not mad.
I'll have my revenge on the whole battle of you!
As he has been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him and treat him with peace. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known, and golden time convinced, a solemn combination shall be made of our two souls. Sweet sister, we shall not depart from hence. Cesario, come, for so you shall be known when you are a man. But when in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy's queen,